Alright, so in this lesson we will start factorizing. This is a new topic, and which is it contained two topics. The first one is factorizing, putting brackets in, and the second one is DOTS. Okay, so I will explain you both of them. Very important. So let me write the question here. That is the question already written. But before solving this question, let me explain you one thing, that you will not get questions like this in exam. Okay, so here you need to understand that these are small concepts. Try to understand these concepts, and then you need to apply these concepts on different questions in exam or in practice, when you practice questions. Okay, so understand these concepts, try to learn them, and then use them. So the usage is very important. All right, so this is a new concept which we are doing right now, which is called factorizing, putting brackets in. Okay, that is the name. By the way, it does not matter if you don't know the name of that. Okay, but just know factorizing. If you just know factorizing, that's enough. All right, so in the last lesson what we did, we actually multiplied two brackets. You can see single bracket, we multiplied that 4a inside the bracket with that and with that, and to make it one complete bracket. So here you can see a bracket is given. By the way, brackets are not there, but there are two terms. Which one? First one is 3x square, another one is 6x. We need to take common. Take, this is called common. Take common from both terms. From both the terms. So let me make that very simple for you. Actually, what I can do, let me write that in a simple way. By the way, I can write that here like this. I can write 3, and then I can write that x square as x and x, right? X and x, when you multiply them, that is x square. And I can write that 6 as 2 times, that dot mean 3 times. Okay, let me write times 3 times x. 2 times 3 times x. Actually, 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 3 is 6. So what I need to do here, I need to see the common things in this. So the common is 3 is common in both of them. 3 is common in both of them. Okay, and x is also common. So you take that out of the bracket, you take it here, write it there. So 3x is common in both of them. So I have written 3x and then start bracket. What is left, write that here. So x is left here, so write x here, and 2 is left there, write 2 there, and keep plus, which is the sign in between. So that is taking common. If you see what I have written here, common. Actually, you need to take common from both of them. And if, by the way, in normally if you look at that, you might not see the common things in both of them. So if you don't see, you can split that. Write 3, write x square as x times x, write 6 as 2 times 3, and keep that x there, and then find out the common things in that. So 3 and x, 3x is common in both of them. Take that out of the bracket and then write what is left. X is left, this x is left, so I have written that here, and that 2 is left, so I have written that 2 here. Remember, you need to keep the sign as it is plus, so I have written plus. So this is, we have taken common, and this is called factorizing. And you think of it, this is the reverse of what we did last time. Okay, in the last lesson what we did, we were doing by multiplying this inside, and now let's multiply them inside and let's see whether we get the same question or not, whether we get this or not. Okay, so let's multiply them. So 3 times 3x times x is 3x square, and 3x times 2 is 6x. So you can see, compare, both are the same. You can, by the way, verify this by multiplying that what you have taken common inside the bracket again in order to verify that. So it's correct. You can see we got the question. So actually the whole thing is, the whole concept is, you need to take common. Understand this concept of taking common. By the way, this is not always necessary to do this step. The step which I did here, this is not necessarily to do this, but since you are learning now, so this is your learning phase. If you simplify that, first write it in this form and then take common, so it will become easy for you to identify which things are common in both terms. Okay, these two are terms, so we are looking for the common terms. So if you split them, write it in the very simplified version, then you can easily find out which things are common. But when you do some practice, and if you can find out directly the common things, you can directly do that. Okay, no need of this step. You can directly write 3x x plus 2. By the way, you just imagine 3 is here, somehow 3 is in this 6 as well. If I write, think of this like 6 as 3 times 2, so it means 3 is there, so I can take 3 common, so 3 is common. And I can write this x square as x times x, so x is common because x is here and x is there as well, so take 3x common. So in this way you can take. Let's solve another example, and the question will be like this: factorize 8x square y plus 2xy square. So again we need to take common from these two terms. These are two terms, okay, and we take common always from two terms. Two terms are already there, there is a plus in between, we need to take common from that. And let's do again the same method. I will split that, I will write that in the simplest version, and after that then I will take common. So I can write 8 is 4 times 2, and then I can write that x is x square is x times x, and keep y as there because there is just one y. Since 2 cannot be split it further, so just keep 2 there. X is only 1, so just write x there. Y square can be split it into y, 2 y's. And now let's see the common things. So 2, 2 is common, 1 x is common, and 1 y is common. So take that out, so it will become 2xy is common, 2xy is common. What is left, write that here. So 4 and x is left, so write 4x here. And what is left there, y plus y, so that would be the answer. You can compare the answer with this, the same thing. So this is the simplest way um, to factorize or to take common. Okay, this is the process of taking common. We have taken common from those two terms, and and you can say you have factorized this question because the question saying that factorize, question is saying factorize, right? So factorize, what does factorize mean? In this case, taking common is factorization or factorizing. By the way, you can see question number 1 answer, that was 3x x plus 2. Let me give you a homework question, a practice question. Try this question, okay? So these are practice questions. So question number 1 is 16x square y square plus 8x x 8x y cube. Question number 2, 10x cube y square plus 5, or let me write 8 x y power 4, and question 3 is 12 x to a square b. It does not matter whether there is x y or a b c, it does not matter. Okay, you just need to take the similar terms. Plus 13 x power 3 a b square. This is a question. By the way, if you see 12 and 13, there is no common of number. Like you cannot split 13, right? You can split 12 like 6 times 2, and you cannot split 13 because that is an odd number. So it means there is no common thing of number. So keep the numbers same as it is. Don't take number as common, but you can take x common, x square common, you can take a common, you can take b common. Okay, so x square ab would be common, and keep 12 inside the bracket then, because there is no common in numbers.